Welcome to a podcast named Tim, another Mandalorian review, episode 13, or excuse me, chapter 13, entitled The Jedi. Of course, there are going to be spoilers, so if you've not seen the episode, pause, watch it, and come back here. So I thought another very good episode of The Mandalorian. Let's get right into it because they got right into it in the episode. Ahsoka shows up immediately when I saw the title of The Jedi and everyone knew Dave Filoni was directing this episode. It was pretty obvious that one Ahsoka Tano was going to be showing up, and I thought that they handled her excellently. Excellent casting. Rosario Dawson nailed the character. It felt like that character was being brought to life, which is a challenge. You know, we have this character that's been animated and has such a rich history throughout, just Clone Wars and Rebels and her book, etc. And I thought they nailed it excellent. And the opening scene where they show her, she's got the white lightsabers. She's kind of like going in and out of the fog and hunting down these, I don't know if they're Imperial Remnant or just bodyguards, but they're hunting down these people. That was excellent. And there's like this little town. The planet as a whole looked great. Kind of got this like gloomy, kind of medieval Dark Ages vibe to it in some respects. But just loved the look of the episode. Loved the look of the lightsabers. Loved the look of Ahsoka. And of course, the Mando shows up and is looking for her. He heads into the town, which is obviously being devastated by this magistrate. I don't know if it's like a slave trade going on here or something, but the people in town are not happy. And she offers to him, I'll give you this giant spear of Beskar, and I will, if you kill the Ahsoka for me, the Jedi. And so he doesn't agree to it. He kind of hints that he'll do it, but he doesn't actually say he's going to do it. And now he knows where Ahsoka is, and we get the big moment I guess a lot of people have been waiting for. The child, Baby Yoda, has a name, Grogu. Fine with it one way or the other. You know how everyone is. Just like with the Mandalorian, I think everyone calls him the Mandalorian. No one calls him Din Djarin. I doubt many people will stop calling Baby Yoda, or the child, even though his name is now Grogu. We do get some interesting backstory, and this is all done through Ahsoka and him just kind of bonding, sitting together and communicating after like a fight between the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, where he has to tell him that Bo-Katan sent him. But the two are bonding kind of over a campfire, just silently connecting. And we also find out that Grogu was a part of the Jedi Order. Someone snuck him out before the Empire, which brings up some interesting concepts, because I think that since he is part of the Jedi Order, the chances of him being related to either Yaddle and or Yoda have skyrocketed because he's there with them, and so they would know who he is. I'm surprised. That was the only weird part about him being now part of the Jedi Order on Coruscant, is that why didn't Ahsoka know who he was? I mean, there weren't that many of these creatures, and she said he was trained, so he knows what he's doing, and basically she said he's been hiding his Force powers to hide from the Empire. But I'm going to guess, if you're going to do a connection, I don't think they're going to do Yoda. I think it'll be Yaddle, because she was on if you don't know who Yaddle is, it was like a female version of the Yoda species. She was on the Jedi Council in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and then was not on afterwards. So maybe they're some kind of asexual single, producing species, and she had Baby Yoda, or, Grogu, and that's why she had to leave the council to go take care of him or something. I don't know, because she does just disappear. She doesn't die. She's just not there anymore. And maybe she's the one training him one-on-one. But it is an interesting concept that he was part of the Jedi Temple, and also who took him out, because if he is connected to either Yoda or Yaddle, I would imagine someone high up on the council is probably going to be who they're going to trust to take him out. It was interesting. She said that said that Grogu's memories kind of went dark after that because he was so lonely and etc. So I'm sure eventually we will unlock that memory to find out who took him out of the temple. And I will be very interested to see who that is. Maybe there's some weird, I doubt there is, but maybe there's some weird line that they found in the Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith that someone's turning into something now. But I'm sure someone's overanalyzing and doing all this just like we're doing here. And but I thought that was interesting. She does not want to. Ahsoka refuses to train the baby, and basically says, there's evil in him, and I've seen what the dark side can do because of when you have attachment. She says, he's clearly attached to you, and I don't want to break that attachment because I've seen what it can do. Of course, referring to her master of Anakin. So that was a great reason for her to I don't want to say write themselves out of the situation, but a great character reacting to the situation presented to them based on what their life experiences. And she's trying to do like a stone test to see if he's still connected to the Force. He doesn't want to listen to her, but he will play catch with dear old dad Mandalorian with the little ball that was on the like a stick shift kind of thing on the ship. So their connection is just increased. They're just hammering home even more the dad son thing this episode. But they decide, the two of them, she says, I will help you out and give you some information on where you can take Grogu, but you got to help me out first. As always, the Mandalorian is, or Din Djarin is, he's got to always do a mission for somebody to get something. So they go in to take out the magistrate. Great sequence where they're kind of, again, ducking in and out. She gets into the kind of the inner part of this town where it's of course much nicer than the outer part. And I thought someone pointed this out and it was really interesting. The inner part, we had this very swords one-on-one. It looked very Eastern in its design, which very samurai kind of style fight. And then on the outside, we had more of a Western town. That was, the two guys with the gunslingers kind of having their standoff. And of course, Star Wars draws a lot from Westerns and from a lot of samurai Eastern films. And so having those two kind of just being separated by a wall and that connection there was really great. And we find out that Ahsoka is here for a very particular reason. She is looking for the location of one Grand Admiral Thrawn. If you've never watched or read any of the books or watched Rebels, Grand Admiral Thrawn is kind of the expanded universe's holy grail in some respects. He's kind of the one who kicked everything off and is someone that a lot of people will mark out to. I marked out to it. It is an interesting concept. I don't know if it's going to be connected to where they left things off in Rebels, and if this is just setting up the Rebels animated series ending, or if this is going to be an Ahsoka show, or if Thrawn's going to show up in this. Either way, I'm excited that Thrawn got mentioned, and that clearly they're going to, I would assume, soon finish that storyline. So that was exciting. And then, basically she says at the end, after they take out everyone, that Tython, which is a planet in the deep core, I believe, where there was like one of the original Jedi temples. If you go there, put Grogu on some kind of tower stone thing, he'll connect to the Force. If there are other Jedi out there, they'll sense him and connect with him, and he can kind of decide his own path at that point, if he wants to be trained or if he wants to not be trained, and I guess live the life of a Mandalorian. We'll see. I'm excited to see where that's going to go. Tython was in Knights of the Old Republic, the video game, and they had, I don't remember all the specifics on that, but it was mentioned, and you did visit that planet there as well. So it is a well-known, I guess, or it's been used before. But all in all, a good episode. You got great background on the baby, on Grogu name and background, and we got the Admiral Thrawn name drop, which I'm excited. Whatever that leads to, whether it's a book or Rebels, Ahsoka show, or him being a Mando, I'm excited to see we are going to definitely tackle that. And we got a great live action Ahsoka Tano. So a good episode. Excited to see what Chapter 14 brings. But there's only 3 more episodes left in season 2. So we need to. I'm imagining the next episode will be kind of a very much adventure of the week. I think they're going to go pretty far off of the main story path and give us a very big side quest. And then the final 2 episodes will kind of feel like one big episode to finish it off. That's just what I'm guessing. I think that's kind of what they did last time, if I remember correctly. So I like the episode. Let me know your thoughts on the episode. Do you like Grogu, the name? Do you like the backstory? Are you concerned about that? And how would you like them to tackle Grand Admiral Thrawn? Would you like to see him in Rebels? Finished up there, finished in Mandalorian, an Ahsoka show. Just let me know your thoughts. Comment below, and we'll see you next time here on a podcast named Tim.